your boy Lieutenant Dan here with another Falcons film breakdown. And today we're going to be doing one on a new to the nest look at Isaiah Oliver and his first official start versus the Washington Redskins. You're going to see him down at the bottom of the screen here, and one of the things that I like about Isaiah Oliver is his makeup speed. Josh Doctson is going to cut down the middle of the field here, and as he begins to make his way through the middle of the field, see he stops here, Oliver right on his trail. As he begins to open up and go to catch this ball, Oliver, his makeup speed and length allow him to be able to make contact with this ball and pop it out from underneath Doctson. We're going to see this one more time, and he's just going to come up the middle of the field, stop, and drape across the middle of the field, and Oliver will have a little makeup speed there and pop that ball right out for his first pass breakup. I really enjoyed this this little look here, kind of taste of what Oliver can do. After seeing what he has done in college, this was no surprise to me at all, and I want him to start more being able to do this kind of thing. So from that pass breakup to this touchdown pass on Isaiah Oliver, you're going to see him at the top of your screen there against Josh Doctson. My only issue is that he still needs quite a bit of seasoning, and what you're going to see here is a little fade, back shoulder fade throw to the end zone. Oliver covers it well enough. But one of the problems with Oliver here is that he doesn't get his head all the way around. And number two, he doesn't use both arms to try to swat this away. Now, we can be very petty about this and say, well, that's a rookie. He got burnt on, one of these very strange plays here. But when you look at it, the coverage was as decent as you were going to get. I mean, Robert Alford has been burnt on much less. And because of that, I would say Oliver did pretty much everything that his God-given length and skill allowed him to do. I mean, you got a hand in the face. The ball traveled where it exactly needed to be. The wide receiver was exactly where he needed to be. And we're talking about seconds. We're talking about literal seconds between Oliver trailing the man here, ball up in the air, Oliver reaching a hand up into the box here. Basically, you have a square where a ball should be going, and Oliver's got his hand there. It's grainy, I'm sorry, but it is there. And then when Doctson does catch this, it's literally a nanosecond that Oliver, since he's not looking, has to throw his hand into an area that a second more or a second less, and that ball would have not been caught. It's literally a nanosecond. And so I'm not too critical on this. I should probably be more critical on Isaiah Oliver with, Alfred letting up just the same type of stuff. But I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. It's just, I see Isaiah Oliver put really good coverage on this, and for what it's worth, a lot of corners get burnt by this type of thing. But again, it's nanoseconds. We're literally talking nanoseconds here, maybe a second at all. Right there, he's got his hand on the ball. He's got his hand on the ball. And somehow Alex Smith and Josh Doctson get this ball in the right place and just score a touchdown. I love the length and athleticism and the way that he led him towards the boundary and almost played him out of the end zone, put him in a difficult spot where a difficult throw needed to be made. But it is what it is, and I know I've been way too long on this play, but I think this is a part that everyone needs to see. I think this is just the part everyone needs to see right about here. It's literally a nanosecond. There's no way for me to physically possibly put it at the right frame to show you that the ball and Oliver's hand are right next to each other when Josh Doctson catches this ball, and he's touching the ball as he goes down. Maybe if he got his head around, maybe he would have batted this away or intercepted it, but that is the rookie that is Isaiah Oliver right now, and you're going to have trial through fire, and you know what? I actually like it. And we're probably going to say something a little similar on this throw as well. There's Isaiah Oliver at the top of your screen. They're going to bring a man in motion, Poole on top of that, and Oliver stays with him hip for hip all the way to there and doesn't bring his head around, and there's a catch and a 15-yard penalty for taunting. But if you know, you just watch him down the field, he's stuck with his guy all the way there. He's not looking back, and that maybe is the biggest problem right now with Oliver. Is just he needs to have that seasoning. You know, he needs to have time to become a veteran in the NFL, because he's obviously got the talent to stick with wide receivers, knock the ball out of their hands and whatnot. And this is just a circus catch. This is another weird circus catch that it could have gone 50-50 either way. He almost fell out of bounds, to be honest. I mean, a lot of fans real time were saying that maybe he fell out of bounds, and the only thing that kept Josh in bounds was he fell on an elbow or a knee, and they called him in bounds. So, I mean, if you're playing this tight as far as coverage is concerned, then you're probably making Dan Quinn happy. I mean, you're probably not making him happy that you allowed the catch, but this is kind of the Dan Quinn corner that you want, like a very long, lengthy, athletic, physical corner that will follow you all the way down the field. I mean, there are some times where Desmond Trufant and Robert Alford are not even on their guy like this. Not even on their guy. And I like this better because it gives you a 50-50 shot at it versus like a 60-40 where you have to play catch up. I think if Oliver turns his head around here, this is knocked away or this is intercepted. So here you go again. Oliver down at the very bottom of the screen. This will be the last play of the game for Oliver. And he's going to break this pass up, I believe, against Doxson again. They're going to try to fade it into the end zone. And again, he just doesn't turn his head around. But this time, it works for him. This time, he's able to stay, you know, foot for foot with him all the way down the field. You're going to watch him here. And he just stays on his hip the entire way. And then, you know, basically walks him out of bounds. Like, this is Isaiah Oliver at his best right now as a rookie, which is just, you know, walk him out, man. Like, once the wide receiver gains the ball, Oliver is then reacting and knocking it away. That's dangerous in this game. That's dangerous on this level, and he still needs to learn how to turn his head around. So all examples at this point are pointing to Isaiah Oliver, who most likely is watching film on himself with the DB coach, but most likely telling him, hey, get your head around. Get your head around. You can make more damage happen when you get your head around. I love that he stays with his man up to 5 yards, up to 10 yards, up to 15 yards. Now he's slightly trailing, but the ball's in the air. And then by this point, there's only maybe a yard or half a yard that's available for the wide receiver to stay in bounds. And this is Oliver's doing. Oliver has taken him to the edge of the end zone here and basically walked him out. Now all you got to do is throw a hand up when the wide receiver reacts to try to catch the ball. So that's one way to do it. It's not a safe way because pass interference is easily called in this league because of that. But this was well played. Another, just like the first touchdown catch on him, I think it's a 50-50 ball that Isaiah Oliver can bat down. Again, I just like 5 yards you're with him, 10 yards you're with him, 15 yards you're starting to trail, but you've zoned him now. You've zoned him into going only to a particular area of the end zone anyway. And since this ball's a floater, it helps Oliver even more, and he can just play you out of the end zone. I love it. That was our Falcons film breakdown to the nest of Isaiah Oliver. Go check us out on Instagram and on Twitter at UNGR_show. Definitely hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so you get notified of all the new content that we're putting up for you guys. Plenty of more content coming your way. You can help support the channel by hitting us up on Patreon or going to our new website and giving us a view there. We would really appreciate your support there. And hit me up in the comments section. I love interacting with my community. I love talking to you guys, even if it's some one-liners or whatnot. I love giving you guys your own shining moment and talking to you guys and hearing what you have to say. We also have a Discord open for you, so if you want to go to our Discord, link is in the description of this video. You can go check that out as well. My name's Lieutenant Dan. This was a Falcons film breakdown, New to the Nest, of Isaiah Oliver. Peace, hair grease, and rise up.